When choosing a camera rig system, there are many options out there, but most of them are very expensive. Today we're going to show you a couple affordable options from CPM Filmtools and see how well they stack up. This is Next Wave TV.
This episode is made possible by CPM Filmtools, your lightweight solution for caging the beast. LCD Viewfinder, the essential accessory for DSLR video. Lightcraft Workshop, the perfect tools to create the perfect image.
Hi, this is Tony Reale from NextWaveDV.com, and today I'm going to be showing you some of the rig options that CPM Filmtools has available. When I first started working with camera rigs, I've worked with Cinovate, I've worked with Red Rock, I've worked with Zacuto, I've worked with several others out there, some of the higher end brands. And more recently, a lot of other companies have been coming out there with lower costing gear. CPM Filmtools is one of them. When I was first introduced to them, I noticed that their prices were dramatically lower than some of the major brands out there. And of course, the question that comes up is, does that mean that it's lower quality? So I decided I would try out some of their gear, and immediately I was impressed. Now, when working with CPM gear, it is different. If you've used Red Rock or Zacuto gear before, you're used to probably all metal. In CPM gear, one of the reasons that it's very affordable is that it's most of it's either plastic or carbon fiber. Now the plastic is actually carbon reinforced compression molded plastic, so it's actually heavy duty plastic. It's not just chintzy stuff that you might see at toy store or whatever. It's actually quite heavy duty and it's very resilient. I've been using this for over a month now and I have not noticed it have any stress, any breaking. It has held up very well. Now the first feeling though, I mean when you first touch it, you're not used to this. All the pieces are plastic, so it may feel chintzy compared to what you've used before. But like I said, I've been using this for a while and I have not had any issues with it. And so the quality, I can at least testify in my opinion that it's quite high quality. And the nice thing about it is you're paying for good quality, but you're not paying for metal machining. So it keeps the prices considerably low. The rig options that CPM has, there are quite a lot to choose from. This is their Bulldog rig, and this is a slightly modified Bulldog rig. Typically, they have two of their strut setups, and this is has a double support on either side, and then has these 1/4 inch thread inputs for attaching additional setups. Like I have a monitor mount that I'll show you in a second over here. But the problem I was running into is I have my 5D Mark II, and I couldn't get it in through the side here. So they sent me a side strut, which doesn't have the support on the other side. It has one on this side, but not one on the other side. And so I was easily able to slide my 5D in and out, made it very convenient. And that's one of the nice things about CPM is that they have a lot of different options to choose from. So you're not kind of stuck with, this is the only rig that I can build. This is their shoulder rig setup. Now if you wanted to go just tripod use, you can remove the counterweight on the back here, and it's nice and snug on there so you don't have to worry about coming off, but there we go. So take off the back weight and you could remove the shoulder or the handle grips here, and now this would be normal tripod use. This is a Techion battery pack for monitoring whatever you need to power. So for like I use it for my Manhattan LCD monitor, and one of the coolest things that I've seen about CPM is that they have this mount system here for the Techion batteries. Previously, when I had a Techion battery pack on my XHA1 rig, I had to pretty much gaff tape it to the rails because I had no way of hard mounting it. Versus they have this really nice mount here, just clips on, it's nice and secure. I can take this rig all the way off and tip it upside down, and the battery's not going anywhere. It's very secure. I'm not worried about my camera going anywhere in here. And yeah, it's very lightweight. That's one of the nice things about the plastic too, is it's just incredibly lightweight. For a rig like this, not all metal, it would be very heavy, and you need a lot of counterweight. This is, I believe this is a 2-pound weight, or maybe two 2-pound weights, however this works. And this is almost enough. I mean, it's a little front heavy, but overall it's pretty well balanced considering just adding this on the front and then having your handle grips. It works pretty darn well. Obviously, being a standard rail support, you can mount additional accessories. You can add a follow focus if you want to. You can add a matte box. You can do really whatever you want. And then that quarter thread input that I showed you back here, this allows for things like an articulating arm right here. So I would attach my Manhattan LCD monitor right on top there. And then the Tachyon battery pack comes across. And then they have these really cool little clips that actually come with your setup. And it just pops the cord right in there, holds it really nice and tight. So it's got that cool look to it. I like the look of it. Everything looks pretty cool. When you get your rig, it comes kind of in this plastic vacuum sealed set. So it's right off the chain, right off the manufacturing floor. You're getting a brand spanking new. So far I've been very pleased with it. So that's the Bulldog rig. Let me go ahead and grab the Sidewinder rig. All right, now here we have the Sidewinder rig. As you can see, it's a lot more basic than the Bulldog rig, but that's kind of nice. If you need something a little more run and gun and not quite as bulky, this might be a great option for you. This is a lot like my Red Rock rig. If you saw my video on DSLR rigs that I use, this is a lot like that. So I do like that, and I can use my LCD viewfinder again, pop it on the back, and just use this in this format. Very lightweight. This is incredibly balanced, especially with this weight on here. This is just amazing. A lot lighter than my old Red Rock rig, which was mostly metal. This is again carbon fiber and plastic, so it's a lot more lightweight. Now the handles are adjustable. You just loosen them up like this, and you can rotate them around to whatever position you want. Everything is of course modular, quickly able to be disconnected. The shoulder support here is a rubber, so it's comfortable in the shoulder. At first I thought this was metal, which I thought was going to be really uncomfortable, but it's a rubber, so it's nice and comfortable. So yeah, overall this is pretty good. Now I do have some small issues with the CPM gear. The tripod plate that it comes with. Now I will give them a lot of credit, the fact that it comes with a tripod plate. A lot of the rigs that I've seen are very proprietary. They don't come with a tripod plate. They're their own design. Not that they're bad designs, but they're just they're not useful that you could just go right off of a tripod right onto your rig. So this one, the way that they have it is they use a gotta go this way. There we go. They use basically it's a similar to a Manfrotto style, but it's again all plastic. Now I find that the rig setup all plastic works great, but for a tripod plate it doesn't work quite as well. It's not super secure. For basic stuff like on the Sidewinder rig, this is perfectly fine. But you start adding a follow focus and you put pressure against this, and I have it on there pretty tight, but it's moving just a little bit here because it's using like a cork. I've got another one right here. It's using a cork attachment. So what I might do, I haven't done it yet, I might remove this, disattach it from the rig here, and just see if I can possibly attach just a regular Manfrotto tripod plate to this, a quick release tripod plate, just to have that extra metal. Again, this is still affordable, still a great option in comparison to that. One thing that I was really impressed with is how they've manufactured this entire setup right here. They have the tripod plate right on top of the rod support, and then there's a tripod attachment on the bottom here that uses 2 quarter thread inputs. So that's how I have it mounted to my Manfrotto over here. I'm using just a tripod plate off of the Manfrotto mounted onto here. If you again saw my DSLR rig video, you'll see that I had to kind of jury rig up my own setup because no one made something this small and compact. So theoretically, I could remove the CPM, the back plate here, and I could throw this, and I'll take off the front. I could throw this right on at a tripod plate on the bottom here, and I could throw that right on a tripod, add a follow focus and a matte box and whatever. And this is incredibly small and a lot smaller than my previous rig and a lot more sturdy. So I really, really like this. Another option out there that they sent me is their flip cage setup. So this would mount, you could have your rails on top, maybe a handlebar on top, and then you just can quickly remove this screw-on support here. You take that off, and then you can flip it away to pick up your camera or access it. So this is really cool stuff. They've got a lot of new prototype gear that they're working on. This is a prototype right now, and I think that though they are shipping the full versions right now. So, like I said, I'm very impressed with the CPM gear. For the price, I really don't think you're going to find anything that really beats it. Is Zacuto or Red Rock possibly a little more robust? Yeah, maybe. I personally, for the shoots that I do, I have never put my gear through that much torture that I need potentially the higher quality that Zacuto were to offer. For everything that I've shot and everything I do and the heck that I put my gear through, CPM has met those needs and surpassed them. So I'm very satisfied with them. Now you may have noticed that CPM is one of our sponsors. I talked to Steve from CPM Filmtools after working with their gear and being very impressed with it. He was able to, we talked, and he's came on board as a sponsor. And basically what that means is he's able to help pick up some of the costs of producing these videos for you guys. So this video is produced not as a promotional for them, but mainly as a review, and Steve is okay with that from CPM. He totally understood. He said, be completely objective with this review, so I made sure to do that. But I do recommend their gear, and there's several other options out there that you might look at, but I think CPM is a really, really great option to choose from. So definitely check them out at cpmfilmtools.com. But you can also check out more of our stuff at nextwavedv.com. Be sure to subscribe here on YouTube, check out our Facebook page, and check out all our other great options that we have for you. And be sure to tune in soon, because we're going to be releasing HDSLR 101, a complete training series for learning how to shoot on HDSLRs very soon. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.